like, you know, we actually have a tough competition and we're late in the tournament or something. Crazy stuff. Okay, so we're starting it up.
This is, of course, a Division B finals match. Troy, I hope you can actually see the screen now. I just saw I had it, like, ant sized for you.
No, it was not ant-sized. You
Oh,
had it
really?
correct the whole time.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's what I meant to say, so I don't make any mistakes.
No, you don't. Now that I've started running this game again, I have such appreciation for the early stuff.
I just have appreciation for all the stuff. I mean, if you got a 10130 in this game, you're completely cracked, in my opinion. I don't really care about sub-hour personally. I think it's a massive meme.
I agree with that, definitely. I feel like in all speedrunning, there's like games when you get to a certain point, it's more of like, where is that threshold of like, oh, this person's really trying. Like, there's the people who are like casually trying, like you or I, but there's like, you get to a point where you're just like, oh, this person's grinding every day for this right now, like. And I think that comes out right around when you get to the 10X area, is you see the people who are legitimately putting every day of their time into this game.
Hopefully not every day. It's a bit risky. But yeah, I mean, in like Mario 64 especially, people like, I don't know, people just obsess over like really, really arbitrary number barriers. Like, it used to be that people would freak out over sub-hour, and then like, after people decided that sub-hour is like free, quote unquote, it's not like they moved down to like 55 or like 56 or like 52. No. You have to have a sub 50 now to be good in Super Mario 64. So people are just really obsessed with really nice round numbers, regardless of whether they're actually some sort of viable barrier or not.
Right. Yeah, it's more about like where people can be satisfied with things.
Humans are kind of silly.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, Salmon rocking the mono audio. I'm not sure if that saves time in this game, but I gotta commend it. Trying for every possible frame of time saving. I mean, going against someone with a 1 second, quote unquote, worse PB than you, definitely want to be cutting corners. We actually have 4 back-to-back live semifinal matches today, Troy. Is that crazy or what? We were able to schedule every single semifinal match back-to-back, and they're live. Like, I still can't believe that happened.
That is well done. I mean, you just knew.
I mean, it's not my fault. I just get the form and I just put them on the sheet.
What if you got a sub 50 SMO 80%? We would say you're hacking, because so far with everything that we know, that is not possible. And there is the frame perfect sync on that phase. Wow. Look at that. That is beautiful. Oh my god.
Yeah, I gotta say, Madame Brutal is pretty beautiful. She has some attractive features for sure.
I mean, a bit heavy on the makeup, to be honest, but you know, you gotta let those natural features pop. But yes, down to the frame right now out of Madame Brutal's fight. It's incredible to see.
First live race, but love the turning on YouTube. That's incredibly powerful. I'm glad you could make it here live.
slightly different movement to this ledge moon, so Wuxwu is going to take the minor lead, but
Yeah, not really.
not really, no.
But yeah, if you were enjoying watching the VODs on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to the Cool Cat Gang YouTube. There's some sort of command in chat, I think. That's where all the VODs for the rest of the Open and the upcoming SMO Any League will be uploaded.
Yeah,
you could be one of... Go ahead.
I was going to say, I believe, unfortunately, quarterfinals are still yet to be uploaded. But we're working on that.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I'm just not going to touch on that. But yeah, future matches for sure will be uploaded to the Cool Cat Gang YouTube. You'd be one of 84 subscribers or something. Very poggers.
Yeah, I was just gonna leave it at unfortunately and not go into it further. That's all I've done.
No! Salmon missing the bird. Gonna be losing a decent chunk of time there, having to back it up with some pretty extensive movement there. That is not a fast thing to back up, and you know, already got the bird. Might as well go get the moon, but still a bit of a rough fall as Jason Urban Arts is going absolutely ballistic in the chat room. I'm not really sure why. Jason, please stop subbing. This guy's crazy. I think Troy might have died. Troy, are you alive? Hello? I'm alone. I'm scared. Please, chat, hold me. Wuxwu here with a pretty solid lead heading into the more intricate parts of sand. We will see how Bullet Bill Dram goes. J-Salmon only really making that one mistake so far, but, you know, still is a pretty sizable time loss. And when you're going against someone who has literally not made a mistake yet this race, that is a pretty big deal. They do add up.
Ooh, yeah, Wuxwu having a bit of trouble with the ground pound in there. Yes, Jason, I was gone for a moment. I am on travel Wi-Fi right now. Not like... but like Wi-Fi that I'm unfamiliar with, so I may pop in and out, but I'm doing my best. I wanted to be here for at least one of these matches today, but I am with family out of state. I didn't necessarily want to have to address it, but
that was incredibly unprofessional, Troy. I cannot believe you.
Yeah, how dare I?
Absolutely bringing down this entire production. Tragic.
Yeah, my apologies.
This is, of course, professional Super Mario Odyssey, rocking a $250 prize pool for this event, and, excuse me, there's no prize pool for this event, but the Division A finals will rock a $250 prize pool, and the SMO League will be rocking a $1,000 prize pool provided by Urban Arts, our fantastic sponsor. Provides educations to underprivileged youth in the United States for technologies and arts surrounding game design, so make sure to check them out. Any Mario Maker 2 plans? I'm just gonna not directly reply to that message, but possibly. I don't want to say yes because there's been a lot of like talk about Mario Maker 2 events for a long time, and Yeah. Doing my best. Trying to get through the SM64 and SMO stuff right now, and then look towards the future. I had a lot of fun with the last one-off event for Mario Maker 2. Definitely something I want to do. So heading off here out of Sand Kingdom. Wuxwu with a tiny bit of a lead. Clinging on to that, a little bit of time saving gained over J Salmon when J Salmon missed the bird. Bird Moon, rather. Did you miss the prediction? I think there was a prediction. I was AFK, and I think I saw something in the chat about a prediction. If there wasn't a prediction, I'm sorry. Maybe, Jason, you can make one. Forgot that Jason is a boomer, does not use Twitch. It's slash prediction. Slash prediction.
Yeah, slash prediction. Exclamation point is for chat bots. Slashes is for commands within the Twitch chat. Exclamation point is for bots who are not part of the Twitch chat itself, but are just bots that you let into your chat room. Okay, so I missed Lake Clip for a bit. It's all good. I saw parts of it, but it looks like Wuxwu is gonna keep the lead for now.
Yeah, Jason gonna have to pick it up a little bit. Having a barely better PB pretty much means nothing, but yeah, it would suck to just kind of fall behind and stay behind. It'd be nice to see a little bit of back and forth here, as these are two pretty hotly contested racers. Very close times, very close some of best.
Yeah, Jason, you can't make predictions while you're on mobile.
Okay, I got it handled. I appreciate the effort.
You can vote for it. Yeah, we appreciate the effort, Jason. Yeah, but it can't. Yeah, you can vote on predictions on mobile, but you can't make the poll thing. You know, the voting.
Imagine the sponsor rep not properly moderating the stream. This is kind of cringe, honestly.
Yeah, what is this? Being in a parking lot on your mobile phone during the semifinals?
Jason was actually really sad about not being able to make matches, so let's not bully him too hard. We do love Jason. We're going a little bit too hard on Jason. Jason's gonna leave us, and then I'll cry.
Honestly, I have seen how laid back Jason is, so that's why I feel like I'm okay with being able to play with him a little bit like this. Yank the chain a bit. See, he gets a rolling on the floor laughing for that. You know, he understands it's a joke. Jason's a very chill dude. I like him.
Jason is pretty chill.
Headed into the start of Wooded Kingdom now. Oh, I see how it is. He doesn't even want to hang around for us.
Wait, what?
Still talking about Jason. How he's
are you still bullying Jason?
Grossing. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Be nice to Jason. Okay, Wuxwu here coming up on Nut Clip. Both of them going for tree routes. So optimal routing here as Wuxwu looking to be good on the clip. If he's able to get the out of bounds movement as J Salmon.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna work.
Why are you acting like it didn't already happen? Like, we see that they're out of bounds.
What are you talking about? Oh my gosh, J Salmon got it. Crazy. Insane. J Salmon is my hero.
You made me restart my stream because I thought there was delay going on. Don't do that.
You're on an anti-delay. You're actually in the future. The internet was lagging so bad that Troy was actually in the future. That's insane.
Don't. Seriously, I can't have you trolling on me right now with this internet. Like, seriously.
I wasn't even trolling. You're trolling yourself, Troy. As Wuxwu getting out of the red maze. Gonna be grabbing the checkpoint. Huge approval from me. Of course, both players gonna be skipping that story moon, so won't have the default warp point.
Yeah. Interesting cameraing for J Salmon there. This part has normal camera angles that I'm used to seeing. That's been very smooth FRSs into the tower.
Yeah, J Salmon hot on the heels of Wuxwu. I mean, we've had some issues out of J Salmon, obviously, in late Kingdom, and then early on in Sand, not grabbing that bird with the moon. But realistically, this is going pretty good for J Salmon. It's just Wuxwu's kind of playing, you know, crazy right now. I mean, ahead of PB. Pretty sick run.
Both of these players look very practiced right now. Like, they've been regularly playing right now, and they know their movement down to a T. It's just a matter of little, you know, like the little glitches that we do, the little tricks that happen that can sometimes throw people for a loop. But it's good to see we got both players very prepared for this tournament. And for semis. Oh, Lux with a little bit of a backup had to do a wall bounce off of the left side instead of the right. Or I'm thinking weirdly. Had to do a dive into it. Like, it looked awkward.
Troy thinking wrongly, unacceptable.
How dare I not know the route down to the movement?
So headed off to Metro Kingdom. Surely nothing will happen on the way there that will cause us to take any sort of delay or detour. What's your favorite part about Metro Kingdom, Troy?
You know, the smooth shot to Metro.
Wait,
Kingdom,
what is this?
I don't know. I didn't realize.
Oh my gosh, it's
nice.
Bowser.
What? Bowser?
This is a crazy development. Wuxwu having to. Oh my gosh, J Salmon also getting caught by Bowser here. They're both gonna have to fight this dude. Really lucky for Wuxwu that J Salmon also got intercepted by Bowser, or else that would have been a huge time save for J Salmon.
Yeah, very true. They know exactly how to deal with him too, though. So they prepared themselves for this case where Bowser does catch them.
Gamers are prepared.
I mean, I'm assuming there's 3 phases here. J Salmon on that 3rd phase. Wuxwu just finished it. And hopefully this is the last detour that we have. I think, maybe we can go right to Metro from this kingdom.
Yeah, there's no way that the game would throw you for that big of a loop. I mean...
Yeah. Wait, what's this?
This is Metro.
That doesn't look like a city.
Gotta get your eyes checked, Troy.
I live an hour away from New York City. I know what New York City looks like.
Well,
This is not New York City.
New Donk City, not New York City. Come on.
But it's modeled after New York City.
Alright, both players getting the Vault meme tree, very poggers and epic. Wuxwu not getting defeated by the butterfly, which is always a good sign, and making it down to the platform here without bonking. So no klepto action yet from either player. Sam going to be grabbing that butterfly moon, no problems either. I feel like Wuxwu is now past all of the really scary parts of Lost, which is nice. Very easy to bonk on this tree branch up here that jasalmon's about to grab and just take a death, which is pretty devastating. It's like pretty much polar opposite of where you spawn.
I will say it also is possible if they're going for cage triple to accidentally roll yourself into the poison.
Yeah, Lost is kind of a really scary kingdom, honestly.
Yeah, Wuxwu opted to do a double jump dive instead of rolling through that. But it is possible to roll there without going into the poison. You can time a good roll boost like jasalmon did to jump over it.
The poison. Alright, Wuxwu needs to make a mistake here for jasalmon to really have a chance. This is actually getting kind of insane. Wuxwu's just playing too good. jasalmon taking a death to the purple goo. Not a huge deal. But Wuxwu is currently almost 12 ahead of PB. A little bit less now. Looks like we lost a tiny bit in Lost Kingdom. Still almost 9 seconds ahead of this PB, which is... That's crazy. For an RV set, like, that's too good. Dan in the chat.
Still very minor.
Dan in the chat giving it extremely in-depth game knowledge, letting us know that jasalmon's PB is very late game time save heavy. So although jasalmon may not be ahead right now, and honestly I wouldn't even be able to tell you just because of the fact that doesn't have the PB on the splits on his stream. But regardless, playing very well still, just having a little bit of issues there, not getting the bounce off the Goomba. So those little things, they add up over time. And there has been those couple big things as well, the late clip and the bird fiasco. And those things
it's fun because I have the opposite problem here of not being able to see their current splits, but can see what their PB is in those splits. Wuxwu having no trouble with the long jump over the town hall. Moving into Mecha with their fight. Saren, which is your favorite pattern of Mecha Wiggler?
Yes.
Oh, the yes pattern. That's a good one.
Yep. Yeah, I'm like incredibly too ahead of this game. I just shoot the bubble things at the Wiggler and hope the Wiggler explodes. That's my favorite strategy here.
It's a good strategy.
Generally works.
Generally, the best strategy to have is just to blow up 2 bubbles and then get them as they're coming down. Like, essentially, just keep your tank pointed in one spot and then keep shooting until they stop moving, and then clean up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the Wiggler fight's getting kind of boring to watch in recent years, or at least recent months. People are getting way too calm. I miss when people would just absolutely panic and go insane anytime a, like, fire bubble thing got near them, or they missed 2 shots. They'd start panicking. There's so much time to get a 2 cycle. It's kind of sad. Maybe we should, you know, nerf the 2 cycle and maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know, edit some game files here. Make it a little bit harder for the fans,
Definitely.
you know? That'd be kind of funny, actually. Like, have, like, a edited game that is, like, tournament only.
I mean, we're not that far off from having like a randomizer going for this game, so I could definitely see the modding community coming out with some sort of thing for that very soon. Wuxwu taking a full lap on the scoot clip.
Yeah, there's a nice little chunk of potential time save here for JSalmon, who's gonna nab that drive-by. Very good stuff. Definitely needed that to get back into this. I'm assuming that both players are going to go for bullet building at this point. Pretty sure everybody is going to. We will see here whether or not the slots moon is grabbed, but I'd be surprised to not see it.
Yeah, Wuxwu already entering now, so I expect to see the same from JSalmon. Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, every time I see JSalmon's name or hear it, I just get kind of hungry. I'm like a big salmon fan. Salmon's really good.
Salmon is nice. It has to be prepared a certain way, though. Like, it's not good in every state.
Nah, it's always good. I'd eat, like, ground up salmon paste, honestly.
Ew? No, I'm good. I do like salmon in multiple states, but certainly not salmon paste.
Oh, what's wrong with salmon paste?
A lot.
Nice bullet building from both players here. Love to see it. Heading up to the top of the tower here can be a little bit tricky. Wuxwu not making the cleanest climb here. Not a huge time save potential for JSalmon, but definitely going to be saving a tiny bit here as we are just about 1 moon cutscene apart at this point. Okay, I'm just rolling down to the moon a little bit behind. Both going to be grabbing that Luigi hint art. Not grabbing any in Cloud Kingdom. And we are pretty much synced up here. That is almost all of Wuxwu's lead has evaporated now. And in fact, it is gone. JSalmon is in the lead for the first time in, I mean, pretty much since cap. I'm not even sure if there was a time where JSalmon was ahead. We are getting some of that back and forth here. It is not going to be a one-sided affair. J Salmon clapping back here in Metro Kingdom and reclaiming the lead. Always nice when the close matches actually end up being close like this. It's really, really common in speedrun races for a player to, make a couple mistakes and not be able to recover, but J Salmon showing that even if he makes those mistakes, and there were some pretty sizable ones, they weren't like the smallest mistakes I've ever seen. Still a bit of bounce back. We roll into Snow Kingdom here. And actually, Wuxwu taking the lead here in the beginning of Snow, just a little bit of faster Snow beginning. And all these movements are going to get stuck underneath the magnifying glasses. The leads are mere seconds, like 1 or 2. Let's dive down into Shiveria Town. Happiest place in the world. At least the world of Mario. Just see if either player gets the moon clip coming up. Not a huge time save, but definitely a nice little optimization that could give either player an edge. I mean, in this situation, those little tiny time saves matter a lot, as you see. I mean, one person makes some sort of a spin pound error and it comes really, really close. I think J Salmon's got it. No? Okay. I lied. Neither's got it. Do we have Pepe D in this chat? Or, I'm sorry, Peped? I'm not even sure. I also think Troy died. That's okay, we will continue onwards and upwards. Hello, Twisty Duck in the chat room. I see you. I acknowledge you. I appreciate you. Please don't eat a brick, though. Both players going to be grabbing the final moon here in the Blowy Joey room. J Salmon saving that one for later. It's quite impressive. I'm always impressed when gamers don't have their memory card completely full of rage captures. That is very impressive. True show of mental fortitude. Head into the Goomba room. No Goomba vectoring from Wuxwu. J Salmon gonna be throwing a few jumps in. Not the craziest vectors in the world, but we were jumping.
Oh, I wasn't dead. I was being dumb.
Just a little dead.
Yeah, just tiny bit. But yeah, this movement is not close. Okay, what's we're gonna have the slight lead as we go into the snow jam. And yes, you can't stop.
Troy made it out of the tunnel.
Yeah. I'm not in the car. No, I'm not that ridiculous. I mean, I am in an apartment right now.
I mean, we have had people do commentary from Starbucks before, so I wouldn't be too surprised.
We have?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
Okay.
He literally was commentating at Starbucks. It was like sitting at like a table outside, and then just left his like MacBook out on the table and like walked off to get his coffee. And the whole chat was like manga-esque, because we were like, are we gonna just get stolen by some like random dude?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Both of them getting first try snow jam, no trouble from either side, and so we're gonna maintain this couple second difference that we got.
But yeah, important lesson is never leave your laptop out on a table at Starbucks. Just because you haven't gotten robbed before does not mean it won't happen in the future, and laptops are expensive. That is my pro tip of the day.
That is very true. I mean, if you're at a Starbucks, at a like at your local Starbucks in like a suburban area, you're probably fine.
No, you're not probably fine. Don't leave your valuables out in the open, please. Don't trust people. That's how people get robbed. Anyways, moving into Seaside Kingdom. What are you excited about in this kingdom, Troy? Anything in particular?
No. just some nice movement is really all that's gonna happen here, from what I can tell.
Yeah, I mean, the movement might put us to sleep. Or, excuse me, not the movement, the music. The movement certainly will not put us to sleep. Lots of fish swimming, which is not so exciting, but of course fish dip makes that a little bit more exciting, as adds a little bit of variation and a pretty significant chunk of change in terms of time save. Which is, it's interesting, you know, we see all these players going for like bullet building and these crazy optimizations that only save a couple seconds. And fish dip saves like 6. And you don't see a lot of people going for it really.
Well, I think part of the reason for that is it takes some learning. It's not just getting out of bounds that's the important part. It's actually the path, the new path that you have to learn once you are out of bounds.
Yeah,
so,
but I mean,
you're not even gonna see Wuxwu attempting it. Neither is jasalmon.
I don't know. I feel like bullet building is a decent chunk of learning as well. It's not like you just like walk into bullet building and get it optimally where you're saving time.
It's true, but it's the case of, do I put this in the run or not? And considering how long it's been available right now, it's still at that point where people haven't fully gotten comfortable with it yet. Even still, and that's partially because of how tight of a clip it is.
Alright, well, both runners are going to be attempting fish clip, which is going to be interesting to see. Will we get fish clip? Oh my god, Wuxwu got it. First try. jasalmon also getting fish clip. Beautiful.
Ridiculous trick. Totally not a trick that you should be learning right away or anything.
Very high level.
You should absolutely... If you are learning this game, this is the first trick that you should learn. Hands down.
What if I'm like 7?
That's fine.
Oh man.
On Twitch.
Just don't stream on Twitch.
I mean, guidelines. The Twitch guidelines are there. If you're 7, I can't condone you streaming on Twitch. It's a risk. I can't say it. And yes, we are still very close as we are going into luncheon now. I don't believe we'll be seeing Spiritless from either side. It's very rare in Division B.
Have I ever mentioned I really don't like this kingdom? It looks disgusting. Everything is gross. And the movement's hard.
I think it's a cool kingdom.
But would you eat that corn, Troy? Would you eat that corn? I wouldn't eat that corn.
Yeah, I eat that corn.
Okay, you wouldn't eat salmon paste, but you would eat plastic luncheon corn dunked in Pepto-Bismol. Questionable.
I don't know. Maybe that corn fell into some ketchup or something.
Corn and ketchup? Is that real?
I mean, I don't frequently have it. I wouldn't do it on the regular, but if the corn accidentally fell in ketchup, I'll eat it.
No. I don't want ketchup on my corn, I'll tell you that much.
Maybe you got some maybe you got some corn on the side for, you know, your nuggies. and you just have some ketchup there lying on the plate as well, and so it accidentally falls into the corn, the ketchup. The corn falls into the ketchup.
Why was that your first
go.
thought though? You're like, in order to make this plastic corn more appetizing.
Well,
Anyways.
no, my first thought was the Pepto-Bismol might be like fun-colored ketchup.
Ah, true. That always freaks me out.
There
like
are
the purple
there
ketchup.
are fun colors, yeah.
I'm not a big fan.
It's bubbling and stuff.
Boiling ketchup.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Wuxwu having a bit of a meltdown here. J Salmon, ability to catch the lead is here, and we have taken a small lead. Wuxwu making a little bit of a mistake.
These rocks can have a lot of trouble for people. It is going to be J Salmon now with the slight lead as we take this first ground pound mooning down. See if the movement into entering Fork's room will have any trouble, because that is really where the next hiccup can be. J Salmon with the camera manip for the lava bubble. I don't know if Wuxwu's will be in a proper cycle or not. Looks like they're both able to hit it. Okay. Oh, Wuxwu taking a bonk on the way in, though. Which is allowing J Salmon to grow their lead as they are now in the fourth room. No trouble so far from either player, both able to get to the secret moon with minimal trouble. As now we are exiting Fork's room, and we'll be moving on to the rest of the kingdom.
Both players are doing good with the Podobo. I know you're gonna complain and call it a lava bubble, but I will call it a Podobo anyways.
Oh!
Wuxwu, yeah, taking a pretty fierce bonk there on the climb. Another fierce bonk. Needs to get things together.
Not giving themselves enough distance for these cap bounces to go through. And so it took quite a bit of time to get up to that moon. Yeah, this is quite the gap that J Salmon is developing. I mean, we've had larger gaps before, definitely. But in terms of this race, I believe this is the largest gap that we've had.
Yeah, J Salmon's lead growing quite a bit here. It's obviously not insurmountable. This is an extremely, twistable lead. We could see Wuxwu gain that back in any variety of ways, especially considering we're going to be going to Bowser's pretty soon.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm just commenting more on on the relative nature of it right now. And so, in terms of that, this has been the largest difference. But yeah, hopefully we can get to Bowser's Kingdom. No more detours needed. I think, then that's the next place that we should be going. And I will keep in mind the difference that I see here when they do their typical split. Considering I don't have live stats to go off of right now.
Live stats are cheating. You disabled the live stats so that Troy has to try harder.
Mm-hmm.
think it's only
You
fair.
wanted to challenge. You wanted to challenge me for semifinals.
Yep.
And challenge me you did. But I step up to that challenge as I see that we have a 15-second difference going into Bowser's. Wait, what is this? Why is it shaking?
This is the Ruined Kingdom, Troy. Come on, you've seen this game before.
Yeah, how silly of me.
Yeah, I could never manage to get past those like weird sword things in the ground. I always like bonk on them. I don't know how people get by them. Must be time wizards.
Yeah. That's definitely it. Wuxwu, you better do it. There it is! Wait, no, he missed! Wuxwu, get the toad. There you go.
J Salmon got Captain Toad, so that's something.
No, yeah, J Salmon got it early, but Wuxwu took a bit of time to get that toad. And now that both have gotten the Captain Toad, we can stop worrying about Ruined together and just talk about Urban Arts. Can we talk about it now?
What's an Urban
I can't
Arts?
open the talk. I can't tell you. I can't open talking.
You don't.
Right now.
Oh, come on, Troy. It's been like 2 or 3 months. You don't know about
You
Urban
said
Arts
you
yet?
don't. You have told me yet you don't want me to memorize it. You want me to use talking points. You have said that. I've tried to use go by memory, and you were like, "No, don't do that."
I don't remember saying that.
You do. I do remember you saying it.
Urban Arts is cool. They do stuff.
They do stuff. They do education stuff for video game stuff.
Yeah, I believe they have a program called the School of Interactive Arts, which teaches underserved minorities in the United States the arts and technologies behind game design. But I'm not quite sure on that. Might have to look into it. I think there's a link in the chat if anybody wants to look into that for me.
Yeah,
get back to me.
Point UA in chat.
Be a little bit of homework for chat. Also, make sure to support the racers, of course, as always. Could not put on these events without people playing in them. So, big shout outs to both J Salmon and Wuxwu and everyone else that's going to be playing in the semifinals for the rest of the night. We got 3 more matches coming up after this.
Yeah. You know, you can do an exclamation point comms, COMMS, to see mine and Saren's Twitch links to follow us. You can do exclamation point racers for Wuxwu and J Salmon's Twitches. And you can do exclamation point schedule to see the other races that are going to be happening today. And tomorrow as well. There is also races tomorrow. And day after that, and the day after that, I think. There's the Monday and Tuesday races. SM64 is going hot. Anyway, we're in Bowser's Kingdom now. J Salmon playing just fine as they are moving through here. Not going to be doing Bird Jam. It's always hard to memorize what everybody's moon route is in Bowser's. But neither doing Bird Jam. Both will be going for the box moon. Such clean movement from both players makes me kind of want to ask, how are the paces right now? Since you can see them.
They're pretty gamer. I would say Wuxwu is still on PvP pace, although not quite as hot as before. We are not quite ahead. We're about plus 1 second out of Ruined. J Salmon, I'm not really sure. I don't think J Salmon's on PvP pace. Actually, I think J Salmon is on PvP pace. I lied.
Their PBs are 1 second apart, so if one's on pace, they're both on pace, most likely.
Yeah, most likely. You could have a really bad late game, but
okay, going into Bowser Dram now. Let's see if they can make this work. J Salmon has had a couple hiccups, which has allowed Wuxwu to catch up a little bit. Even that health regain is something to consider. J Salmon opting not to do Bowser Dram. This actually could help him as well. Wuxwu is still has that gap though. These bunnies are really gonna make the difference then, for now. And going Topper first, interesting decision. Wuxwu going Harriet first. Let's see if these impact the decision. These impact the times or not. J Salmon able to deal with Topper, no troubles. Got the hats, was able to make it go into the next phase before it like goes all mixed up and you have to do the 3 shell problem, but with 20 hats. And Harriet does take a little bit longer than Topper optimally, so that's why we are now in Topper at the same time for both players. And, wow, okay, so this is looking like it's still actually the same gap, but it's just like ridiculous that that it was able to be maintained through all of Bunnies.
yeah, these players are definitely playing with their hearts. They're very consistent, strong gamers. Both with sick PBs.
Yep, never doubted them for a second.
We'll see what happens through the mech fight, though. It's coming right up, and it is definitely a doozy.
Ooh, Wuxwu gonna bonk on the way to the box moon. J Salmon also had a little bit of movement hiccups towards it, but certainly not as big of a time loss as J Salmon had there. Or, sorry, as Wuxwu had there. So, J Salmon definitely still gonna have that healthy lead. And we're looking like normal climbs for both players, as we are going to be entering that Mecha Brutal fight. And so yeah, this is really where it could change hands. The lead could change hands. Let's see what happens.
Alright, J Salmon having a little bit of stumbles on the climb, but overall we've made it up there, and that's what's important. Wuxwu coming up the climb now, making a pretty big fall here. Gonna have to reset up. While J Salmon here going for Harriet. Wuxwu losing quite a bit of time there in the early game, but if we make it through the mech fight, I mean, there's still definitely a chance to come back in Moon Kingdom for Wuxwu. Don't worry too much. J Salmon making it.
Salmon. With zero trouble.
Yeah, I mean, there's little slight stumbles here or there, but I feel like Wuxwu was definitely coming out a little bit behind there on the mech fight. Not a huge disaster, but
Yeah, this is okay. This is gonna be coming down to Mooncave skip right now. It could come down to escape section as well, but for now, we're gonna be turning our attention to Mooncave skip, which will be coming up.
Yeah, I'd be surprised to see the lead change in Mooncave skip unless there's somebody trying to really cut corners and taking a death or something, which isn't entirely out of the question. We've seen it throughout the tournament several times, but this is the semifinals. I think people are going to be taking it a little bit safer. I would expect that JSam is probably watching and probably feeling pretty comfortable. I mean, it's not a huge lead, but the end game isn't really the scariest part of the game. That being said, obviously, lots of time to be lost, potential deaths like you're saying in 2D skip, and then, of course, pillar sequence, you can lose a pretty sizable amount of time. People kind of count that out, but pillar sequence is a big deal.
Yeah, with the gap being as close as it is right now, I am looking at every single trick that's coming up. So, because any one of them, even small mess ups within them, can cause the lead to shift. So, that's why I'm pointing it out. Normally, if it's just like a standard distance apart, yeah, I would only go to be like, okay, this is pretty much whoever's in the lead's game to lose here. They need to just keep their movement tight. But even just something as simple as missing the wall one time and having to reset up for Mooncave could be a troublesome part here. That could give Wuxwu the edge that they need. Oh, Wuxwu having a bit of trouble with their triple jump vector. And so yeah, Jason continuing to get that gap.
Yeah, and that is not a good position you are in as Wuxwu. I mean, you're already entering Moon Kingdom a little bit behind, and then making some errors straight at the beginning can be very comfortable. JSam does get the first try Mooncave skip. Taking it relatively, okay, I was gonna say safe, but no, that was a little bit too risky for my liking.
That was extremely risky, yeah. And something to note with Wuxwu is because they missed that triple jump vector, the cycle for the spinning spikes was in a weird section. I know it definitely does activate depending on camera and whatnot, but it did end up being in a weird position and was not what they were used to, so that also continued to trip them up on their movement in the cave skip. Fast hats can be messed up here, so I will be looking into that to see if any sort of trouble happens. JSam able to get it. Like I said, I am looking into every minor movement piece right now, because every spot of detail could cause the lead to shrink or grow that much more significantly.
Detective Troy is on the case.
Yes, I have my magnifying glass out. JSam knows their timing, is able to capture Bowser Hat for the third phase. I'll be able to maintain this lead going into escape section now. Wuxwu with no trouble either. Two ESS is not a risk I would take at this point. It's really just down to good pillars movement.
Yeah, I think going for 2DSS is beyond a meme in this situation. Neither of these players are really known for it, so I would not expect to see it. If Wuxwu were to pull it out here, it could be possible, but I feel like even in Wuxwu's position, unless you're incredibly confident with 2DSS, just go for the normal 2D skip and hope that jasalmon makes a mistake. But jasalmon cruising through 2D section here. Not looking good for the Wuxwu fans in the building.
I still think it's totally doable. I mean, pillars can always be a difficult section that can have varied times if you're not practiced on it.
Yeah, this is quite a bit of time. Like, this is like 10 seconds or so. I don't know. jasalmon's gonna have to make some serious mistakes here or take a death in this pillars. This is definitely his to win, as we have entered the cat jam section. Reminder that Pepe Ds are banned in the chat room. Any other dancing emoji is completely acceptable. Immediately see a Pepe D in the chat room. A little bit disappointed in chat, but that's okay. I will forgive you.
And I don't have Frankerface Z enabled on this laptop, so I just see text.
Kind of a yikes moment.
I'll set that up later. jasalmon gonna be able to make it through, get down all 4 pillars, and has made it to the center. So yeah, that is gonna be a victory for jasalmon. Gonna be moving on to the finals. Congratulations. Wuxwu, we have not seen the last time. I do believe we do have a bronze match in this division, right?
Yes, both have bronze match.
So we will be seeing both these players later on. They're not out, per se, but Wuxwu will be moving on to bronze match, and jasalmon will be going into the finals.
Oh man, we didn't even freaking touch on that. jasalmon just PB'd by 7 seconds. Oh my god.
We were so concentrated on the difference that we didn't even notice that the PB would happen. We were so focused on the race.
Look, okay. Okay. It's just the tournament is just so important, you know.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, it is. jasalmon with the 7-second PB. That is well done.
Yeah, it's actually nuts. I put the wrong numbers in. Nobody look.
Oh, is it not a 101.23? What did they get?
No, don't look at Wuxwu's time.
Oh, don't look at Wuxwu's time. That's fine. I don't care. We're concentrating on the one who PB'd.
Yeah, exactly. Both players, of course, playing extremely well there. I mean, Wuxwu even playing within 11 seconds of PB. Like, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Both these players showed up to game, and unfortunately for Wuxwu, jasalmon just had a little bit more gusto in the tank. Definitely a sick match.
Yeah, these players are definitely going to be ones to watch in the bronze and finals. Like, they are definitely stepping up and are going to cause the other two players to have to really pay attention and make sure that they bring their all.
Yes, jasalmon, how are you feeling, buddy?
I'm so pumped, man. My heart was pounding out of my chest. I can't believe I got a PB.
Yeah, me and Troy were so focused on the win that we didn't even notice until Tyrone said in the chat, like, look at the time. Basically, we were like, oh, oh, that's pretty sick, dude.
That was an insane race. Wux played really well too.
Yeah, GG's.
Yeah,
we got a bunch of people coming in just to say congratulations in the chat. So, hello, Pace Pals, welcome and thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wuxwu, I mean, playing within like 11 or 12 seconds of PB, you gotta be pretty happy with their performance. Was there anything that like really upset you during the race? Anything you wish you could have taken back in specific, or?
Yeah, luncheon. I mean, if I had gotten a good luncheon, we would have been tied. So yeah, that's pretty much the biggest mistake in the run, I think.
I think that's fair. But either way, as Troy was saying before interviews, both you guys are going to be moving on to the next match. Wuxwu, of course, going to the bronze match, and jasalmon going to the finals. Go up against either Dan or Twisted Duck. How are you feeling about that matchup coming up later tonight? Who do you think's going to win in that one, jasalmon?
Well, they're both pretty good. I think Dan has an advantage though, just because he's been playing a lot more as of recent. Twisted hasn't been as much into SMO. He's been playing other games, but so I think Dan's probably gonna win. But honestly, both of them are really great opponents, so I don't know. Could go either way.
Can I quickly point out that the chat on our layout is still GSA's chat?
Oh,
so you
yeah.
might want to turn that off.
that happened the other day too. Yeah, it's fine. Our chat's just popping off about some other game. It's all good. You don't need to question it.
Oh yeah, let's focus on this here. It was distracting me, but yeah, that was incredible to see from both of you. I mean, a little bit of hiccups. I'd say really the only one I could think of that was any major one was possibly Lake. Just like,
yeah, I mean my leg was okay. I don't know.
Mine was pretty good as well. I got first try Lake clip, so that was good.
Yeah. Really only luncheon for me. Is
Right.
finals and bronze match best of 3?
Bronze match is gonna be best of 1,
okay.
but finals will be best of 3.
Yeah, GL to Wuxwu for the next race. It was a fun
Thank you.
race.
Yeah, good luck to you too.
Definitely a fun race to watch. Lots of back and forth, but we will be going to a short break now, setting it for the next matchup, which will be Buster Doggy versus Jambo in Division A for the semifinals coming up in just a little bit. So stick around.